So, the best way I've noticed to control your emotions is not trying to block them from coming up, or when you see that they're there, try to run away from them. The simplest and most effective way that I've seen in my life, I use it every single day because I have people who kind of agitate me, get on my nerves, and cause me to feel a little bit emotionally frustrated, I guess. The very best way is to not react to them. So when you see people who are like emotionally out of control, they're always in their feelings, they're very all over the place, I guess is a good way to say it. They are simply reacting to what they are feeling. You don't have to control the emotions that are coming up for you. Just stop reacting to them. Just be like, oh, okay, yeah, there's some emotions there. I'm feeling a little bit angry. I'm feeling irritated. Maybe I'm feeling sad or a little bit depressed. So, what people who are losing in life do, who don't have their act together as much as they want, what they do is they feel the emotion, they have no control, and they just boom, they just explode like a firecracker because they want to get it out of their system. It's almost like they are addicted to feeling the emotion and responding to it, like having an extreme reaction. I've been there before. I know how it feels. And it feels good to get it all out. But after it's all said and done, you feel like a moron because you're like, man, I have no control over myself. I look like an idiot. I sounded like an idiot. I said some things I shouldn't have said. Whatever it is. What I've noticed is just not reacting to them. Being like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit angry right now. And I have a rule when I'm feeling any kind of emotions whatsoever, like negative emotions, even positive, because sometimes you can be feeling a bunch of positive emotions and you react to it and you look like a jackass who can't control themselves. So whatever it is, if I know it's an emotion on like an extreme end of the spectrum, what I will do is be like, okay, it's there, but I'm not going to respond to it. I'm going to play it cool. I'm going to let it pass because if you don't respond or react to the emotions, they will go away, or at least how powerful they feel will subside, and you won't feel the intense, like my brain ain't working. You won't feel the urge to react to them. So people who are not in control of their emotions, that gap between stimulus and response, they don't have it. Because there is a very real gap. Stimulus is the emotion comes up and there's supposed to be a gap to where you use your brain. The emotion comes up, brain turns on, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling this emotion. If I react to this emotion right now, how is it going to affect this situation? How is it going to affect my spouse, my boss, my coworker, my kid, whoever it is? So what you have to do is the emotion comes up, take a break mentally, take a break and be like, okay, it's there, but I understand if I react to it, it's not going to be good. So I'm not going to do anything. I have a personal rule for myself. When I feel myself getting frustrated, I do nothing. And I literally tell myself in my head, when you are feeling emotions, you are not allowed to do shit. Act like an adult, act like a grown up. Do not respond. Do not do anything. Chill. So even the girlfriend will be like, well, what's the matter? And I'll be like, nothing. Even though what I want to do is I want to be like, you know what? And just go off. But I don't because I understand. I understand how that works. It's not going to go over well. A lot of arguments and breakups and divorces and murders and stabbings and assaults and all kinds of stuff. Not a lot of them, most of them are emotional based, right? It wouldn't happen if one or both people or whoever's involved in the situation learned how to control their shit. And that is emotions come up. Oh, there it is. I'm not going to respond to it. I'm not going to react to it. I'm not going to give this emotion power over me. I'm going to chill and I'm going to let this thing die down. So as another rule, right? Let's say you have a problem you need to discuss with somebody that gets you emotionally charged. As a rule, never discuss, never bring it up, never open your mouth, never do anything. Don't discuss it unless you are being objective, meaning you're void of emotion. If you can discuss it without getting emotional, good. Then you can discuss it. Another thing is, I'm a very objective person, but sometimes I speak to people and I have something important to say, and I know that the person I'm talking to doesn't control their emotions as well as I do, or doesn't control their reactions to emotions they are feeling. And I know that they are going to react to what they're feeling. So when I'm talking to them, I will mentally prepare myself for their reaction. And sure enough, I bring it up. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about this thing, this is what's up, this is what's happening. And what do? They just lose their mind. So what I do, since I know it's going to happen, stay calm. I don't allow their emotional reaction to cause me to have a reaction. That's what happens when people get in big fights and they lose their shit with each other, is maybe one person's calm and the other person isn't, and they allow that other person's lack of control over their reactions to emotions to affect them as well. And then both people look like jackasses. So, like they say, don't argue with an idiot because somebody watching won't know who the idiot is. It absolutely is true. Now, if you're talking to another person and they can't control their emotions, it doesn't make them an idiot. It just means that they have work to do cognitively or psychologically on understanding the power of emotions and the power of what happens in situations when they don't keep their emotions in check. Or I shouldn't say that. You don't have to, well, try to keep your emotions in check, but you need to keep your reactions to your emotions in check. So I don't know what situations you're dealing with in your life, but I think every person on planet Earth has some kind of situation at one point or another that causes them to respond or react emotionally. Doesn't matter how many years you've been working on it, you're going to continue running across it, whether it's with your kids, even your pets. Just when the emotion comes up, don't react to it. Take a deep breath, take a time out, and tell yourself, okay, some emotion's coming up, and if I snap right now or I react, I'm going to look like an idiot. And that's something I'm working on. So don't try to control your emotions. Try to control your reactions to your emotions.